A big sister acting like a big sister. Confronting a racist bully after he uses the N word. Well, teenager, big sister confronts an elementary bully on a school bus after they use the N word. Watch this.
I'm not talking to y'all. Don't talk about brother like that. I didn't talk to want you because guess what you to my brother like that yesterday calling me. I'm gonna talk to you however the I want to talk to you. You don't say that.
My freaking shoe.
You don't say that. Not cute. That's funny. That's not cute. That shit. I don't care. You can tell. Y'all gonna get in trouble, not me or me.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
It's right here.
You gave me my shoe back.
And you keep looking like that, like you stunned or something. You know you said it.
Why can't I get my shoe on?
Oh, you do know now.
I got it on. It's
like,
okay.
you know you said it. You know you said it.
No.
There's black kids on this bus, and look where's the fun that you said they gonna do. You lucky I can't do because I'm 17 and you was 11 years old, so I ain't gonna try.
I'm assuming that's a work.
No, yeah, you supposed to be.
Big sister to the rescue. 17-year-old largely being defended online for confronting the young bully. Some are saying she shouldn't be speaking that way, though, to an 11-year-old. I don't know. 11-year-old is talking a certain way. Why can't I talk back like that? But they say she shouldn't have done it due to the age of the parties involved. Much of the video has been censored. But what we see, I mean, it's a tongue lashing, letting them know what time it is. Not clear if she was a field trip chaperone or specifically requested to accompany her brother on the bus because of racist bullying. And in rural districts across the U.S., bus drivers transport students from kindergarten through high school on the same bus. Variety of reactions sparked online after the video went viral. Here's one. Great job, big sis, for setting a great example. And whoever raised her did it right. It's people like her that make a difference, wrote one person. However, some felt she crossed the line and unintentionally, became the bully while standing up for her brother. She needs to be kicked off the bus, said a detractor. Another person wanted more context, asking, so who's to say that the other kid wasn't the original bully in this situation? No right to call the kid the N-word, but you can only bully someone so much and for so long. Okay. 2023, about 1 in 3 high school students, we should tell you, 31.5% reported experiencing racism at least once at school. Nearly half of Black students have, according to a survey by the Centers for Disease Control. They probably won't be updating that anytime soon. CDC is a little different now. But anyway, this was 2023. Most experts agree that change must begin at home, and so do the commenters on the video. If my kid is bullying another, he will hear it from me and the other parents, wrote one Instagram user. Discipline your kids. Bullying is not okay. So the video seemed relatively tame. I understand we didn't hear everything and some of it was censored, but she's letting it be known. We do know kids bully and perhaps bully each other. They turns being rather the victim or the perpetrator of it. But the N-word is what she seemed to focus on, not going for it here. And I think she seemed very reasonable. No, yeah. In another year, she'll be a bona fide adult in the eyes of the law. But I think her behavior was adult-like. And I only have one child. If I had another, I'd expect her to stand up for her sibling. That's my parenting philosophy. I didn't see any violence, so we don't need to go there. But I'd expect my child to stand up for their sibling. What say you about all of this, Jamie?
No, the first thing that came to my mind was that I probably would have taken advantage of the fact that I'm 17 and not eligible for criminal charges.
Me too.
Just yet, even if that kid was 11. So I'm hearing a lot of back and forth about whether or not she was justified in doing that, but no one seems to be acknowledging the fact that this 11-year-old has probably racist parents. So 11-year-old doesn't think to pull out the N-word and doesn't use it in the correct context unless he's heard it quite a few times from somebody who he perceives as an authority. And so one of the commenters, no right to say the N word, but
Right.
yeah, I'm out. I'm out at that point. So I've certainly experienced some bullying before in the past. And when I was in school, I may have dished out a little bit too myself. But there's so many words you can conjure up about another person before you talk about their race. So why you got to bring race into it? It's schoolyard bullying. What happened to your mama jokes and stuff like that? Before you get, why is an 11-year-old poised with that vicious word? And why are we having to have a conversation about how we as Black people need to be more accommodating of angry white people or other people who feel the need to use that terrible word? I mean, the kid, I know the perpetrator, they say he was 11 or she says he was 11, but her brother looked younger than that to me. I don't know children size. I don't have kids myself, and I'm not around children enough to be able to identify properly ages of kid, but he looked 8-ish. I don't know. And at 8 years old, having to be exposed with racism, he's going to have to go home and talk to his parents because he's now made national news, and they're going to explain to him, well, whatever his name is, son, you will be treated differently because of your skin color, and that's an unfortunate reality. But he learned it already, so my heart breaks for him.
My heart does as well. And the big sister was defending other kids of color on that bus, saying, look, there's Black kids on this bus. You got to stop saying this. But I think you're right. Both of them very young. The victim, Black child, her brother, learning this early, ugly lesson. And I think the white child learning early on something too. White privilege is real. White privilege is real. See, I think that this big sister also taught the alleged perp something. This is what can happen to you when you're released into the real world where there are other people who have other experiences and they're not going to just accept your mouth. I think that's a valuable lesson to learn. She didn't go all the way at age 17, not yet adult. You should be thankful for that. And so should the family. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I think that the child, the 11-year-old, kids make mistakes. He may or may
Sure.
not be aware of the gravity of what it is that he said. He knows to use that word against a Black person when he's angry, so he knows that much context. And I don't wish that the kid would be doxxed. It's probably a good thing that we don't know his identity. But I think his parents should come out and say something. I think they should be deeply ashamed that they have produced a child who uses racial slurs. But the sad reality is he got it from somewhere.
Yeah. And we just have to own that. And perhaps if the parents make mistakes, we're not perfect, right? So I certainly would step up. I'd be mortified. We're going to have a summer of lessons, life lessons. I'm going to get this out of you. You don't get me running out there saying this kind of thing. That's I think reasonable. But yeah, it makes us believe that perhaps, which is going to lead us into this next segment, makes us believe that perhaps there's more going on at home than just, oh my goodness, I can't believe little Johnny said what? That perhaps big Johnny is saying things around the dinner table, right? And so what's happening is well, you have a child, little Johnny's blossoming into a Karen, okay? A Karen. That's who you're raising, and perhaps with intention in the current climate. You might be doing this on purpose, saying you are better than them. And so you should run your mouth because nothing's going to happen. And sometimes nothing happens. Other times, well, I wish a Karen would.